What's up, guys? Nick Slowiak here up in Canada playing some paintball. Make sure after this Gab-fest episode you stay tuned so I can fill you guys in on all the shenanigans that have happened after World Cup.
You're watching BuyPBL's Gab-fest. Guest opinions do not reflect the opinions of the show sponsors. Video and audio quality is determined by the individual partaking in the program. We apologize in advance for any enlightened views of the industry or hurt feelings.
Hey guys, it's Eric Prum from Style Supply and Nick Slowiak from Chicago Aftershock, fresh off his win of the CXBL with Windsor Lockdown, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct.
They just won the Canadian X-Ball League title. You can get a big fat ring. So that's like a $5,000 ring. So
I better not lose it.
Maybe take me out for dinner tonight?
Yeah, I'll take you out.
All right. So this episode, or this Gab-fest, I guess, the theme is paintball lifestyle and life outside of paintball.
Oh, no.
Some of us don't have lives outside of paintball.
Not at all. Yep.
But we're going to sort of dig into yours.
Explore that area.
Yeah, man. So what is your life like outside of paintball?
Life outside of paintball. Well, there was a school.
Right.
Did that route out of high school, got my associates, took 2 years off, played paintball. And then trying to balance school with paintball has been kind of hard this year. So I took a semester off of school.
Right.
Now I'm just trying to find a job. You know, you definitely, a lot of people think, hey, paintball, maybe make a ton of money.
Right.
You definitely don't. You know, you're in it for the win, you're in it for the heart, you're in it for your teammates. So
right.
Trying to find a job to pay the bills. And my sister has her 6-month-old daughter, so I'm constantly babysitting her.
Nice.
Not getting paid, just getting drooled on and barfed on.
Nice.
So that's life outside paintball right now.
You got a girlfriend?
I do have a girlfriend, my lovely girlfriend Michelle.
Nice.
I've been with her for 6 years.
She have another boyfriend while you're, on
you know
these
what?
like.
I don't think she does. Thank you for bringing that up. Making paranoid is all hell right now.
All right, cool. Well, one of our viewers wanted to know if you've ever felt burnt out by paintball. Like, is it around this time of year maybe you start feeling that?
You know what? The only time I felt burnt out by paintball is back in 2008 when I was playing for Aftershock. We got beat all the time, and it was just. I mean, we were I was playing paintball 3 to 4 times a week.
Right.
Going out to fields during the week, practicing on Saturday and Sunday, and
right.
I was like, man, and there were mostly I think because a lot of the guys on the team just didn't care. And I was like, man, I'm putting forth all this effort. What are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Is this worth it?
Right.
But going into 2009, we got a lot of my friends came back, my teammates, people I started playing paintball with, and that really rejuvenated it. But other than that, no, I've never been burnt out for playing paintball.
Just keep on going.
Yeah, I mean,
how many leagues did you play in this year? Like,
I've played in the CXBL, the PSP, the MPPL, the Viper series down in Venezuela. So 4.
4 series?
Four series, yeah.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, right on.
Good time. You know, I mean, you get to shoot people. It never gets old when you shoot someone.
I know, right?
With a paintball gun.
Talking back on your teammates, is there any one of them that does anything like really interesting or weird or something? Like, what's the most interesting profession you've got on the team?
Drew Templeton is definitely talented when it comes to media arts, graphic design. He just graduated from Columbia DePaul downtown with some graphic stuff. He works for a restaurant chain, which is pretty sweet because we've gone to his restaurant that he works for and just partied and had a good time.
Right.
That's definitely cool for him. Besides that, I think AJ Lawhead's pretty broke. Tholi runs his own paintball field up in Minnesota now, which is good for him.
What's it called?
Vintage Paintball Park.
Yeah.
Chris Oseen works his ass off and has thousands of dollars, as he likes to say.
He's one of maybe 6 people in paintball with thousands of dollars.
He's definitely the heavy roller on our team, the big roller, the high roller. But outside of that, weird things people do.
Yeah, I
think I'm the weird guy. I just do random crazy stuff.
Sell jerseys.
Yeah, there's a lot of those around here. This
nice, man.
Awesome backdrop we have.
Now, what advice would you give guys that are coming up about that balance? Like, do you see, at least in my own career in paintball, I see a lot of guys that end up burning themselves out, missing school, or just is there a balance you got to achieve, or do you think you really got to sort of go balls to the wall, to achieve say pro paintball?
I think you definitely have to go balls to the wall. I mean, if this is your dream, if this is what you want to do, you have to believe that you can do it. Because if you don't believe in it, and if you don't put 100% in, then you're gonna get burnt out. You're going to be unhappy, and you're going to have more mad memories than you are going to have good ones.
Right, and it can't be about the money or
No, it's about going out there and winning with your friends. The memories here at World Cup. I mean,
right,
doing
and
all this stuff.
You're right here at the top of your game in the CXBL right now, and I mean, they ask you if you want a cash prize or a ring, but it's all about the ring, right?
Yeah,
it's sort of,
and not even that though. I mean, it's about, hey, we won that, and when that clock reached 0 and we won. With Sam Monville, who's a crazy guy too. When we won, it was just, you looked in everyone else's eyes, and we were undefeated this year. we just won. We had small goals, and we accomplished those at the beginning of the year, and we worked our way to the end, and that's what it is. I mean, yeah, getting a ring's going to be great, but it's going to be, hey, I can look at all my friends that I won this tournament with years from now, and we'll still hold that memory.
Nice.
And it's going to be the smiles and the joy on our faces.
Do you still hang out with the guys you play with on the weekends, or do you sort of just shut on the weekends? Let's say you're not playing paintball, which is maybe 5 times a year or whatever.
I don't know.
What do you do?
Last time I did
or do
that.
you even know what you
I know we've got coming out this year now, since it's at a close. I mean, we got practice for 2 more weeks for Vegas, the MPBL, and then after that, it's gonna be, I'll probably be going up to Chris O'Seen's house. He lives like a minute from me. We'll be watching football.
Thousands of dollars.
With his thousands of dollars, yeah. We'll be watching football. I mean, Drew Templeton lives downtown. It's always a blast to go downtown Chicago and hang out with him.
Nice.
Most of my friends I hang out with now are ex-paint. They don't play paintball anymore.
Right.
And we go hang out with them, and they live minutes away, 10, 20 minutes away at the most. And that's who I hang out with. And it's going to be hard now, too, in the offseason not to want to just go play paintball.
Yeah, I understand that.
So
the itch comes back at you. Get like 1 week off. You feel like you're
you feel like,
it,
man,
and then
I didn't play paintball. It's weird.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, you wake up in the morning on Sunday, you're like, what do I do now?
Right.
And your mom's like, come to church. And you're like, oh, God.
Do you find that like the influences that you have in paintball are the same ones that have been like the most influential in your entire life? Like, like the guys that you see in paintball, do you see them as like the biggest influences of your life in general, or do you think those things diverge?
I think they dive. I mean, there's generally for me there's a clear line.
Right.
So there's some people in paintball that are pretty crazy. Things get a little wild and out of control at tournaments.
Right.
It's just a different lifestyle when you come out here and you're doing the thing that you love and you're passionate about.
Right.
And you get to go out with your friends, and they're typically all guys, and you party, and
right.
There's some stereotypes in there, but I mean, there are people in paintball who've influenced me heavily in my life, and then my parents and my family members who've influenced me in another way. So I try and keep I think who my parents have helped me to become, that definitely comes over in my paintball. I don't become a different person when I play paintball.
Right.
And then taking the stuff I learned in paintball, going back to my, you know what I mean? Like I definitely swear more here, and I'm, like
you're a swarthy pirate, and at home you've got your hair slicked back, you got your super sweet suit on every day. No, just kidding.
You took the word right out of
I got
my
actually a
mouth.
question that's not in here. Like, are you one of the guys? I found it like you talk to all these pro paintball players, and it's something you've done forever. I've done for years as well. There's always guys that you go to their house and you would have no idea they play paintball, and there's the guys that don't. Like, if you walk into my room, like, the people in my life know I play paintball, but there is not, when I walk through that door in my apartment, the paintball bag goes in the closet,
it's all
and
tucked
I'm just like a dude,
Yeah.
But what are you, that guy, or are you the guy with like posters from like 2001 and 1999?
I'm definitely more like you. But say you come to my house, as soon as you open my garage door, there's a huge PSP banner.
Right.
That my dad hung up. But besides that, now that my sister's had a baby, my room is now the baby's room, and I'm like in the middle of the basement.
Right.
And so I have paintball stuff everywhere. There's just no place to put it. So you definitely would know, hey, what's all this weird camo paint guns and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I take most of my posters down,
Right.
Yeah, I definitely. I don't. It's not like I make an attempt to hide it away, because everyone knows I play.
Right.
But yeah, it's pretty hidden.
Got a question from one viewer here about paintball, and have you ever lived in another country and played paintball?
I've never lived in another country. Oh, I've been in Venezuela for 13 days, and that felt like an eternity. Nothing against them; those guys are awesome, but it was definitely interesting to acclimate myself to their food.
Right.
And their water, which you should only drink from a bottle.
I spent a couple of months this year, throughout the year, in Germany as Style Supplies, like a German company.
I've heard stories.
Oh yeah, it's
enlighten us. How was that? How are you in Germany? Are you?
I just
more
easily
of a dude there, like you are at home when you put like your paintball gear?
Pretty much. Oh, no, don't flip this.
Okay.
No, German paintball's cool. I love Germany. It's like everybody speaks English pretty much. I'm real lazy about it.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, like I've learned like 7 words of German in months and months there. So
9.
9. Dankeschön. That means thank you. Yeah, I normally
heard a
just
song
get real
that
quiet
like
when
that.
everybody speaks in German, kind of like wander off into the corner. But anyways, let's see what these guys want to know about you. All right.
Okay.
If you could do, this is kind of like a little bit cheesy, but if you could do anything without failing, what would you do in paintball and outside of paintball?
Anything without failing in paintball. That would be just to win win every event and win World Cup. I mean, with my friends.
Win World Cup.
Win World Cup. Win with my friends. Outside of paintball, be a good husband, be a good father. I can't wait to have kids. be a good friend, to all, be a good person to all my friends that I've made throughout this sport, and then I have outside of paintball for the rest of my life. Stay connected with all those people. I would not want to fail at that.
Right on, man. Well, you got a great rep in paintball, and I think you definitely probably live that in and out of paintball.
Thanks, bro.
Let's see. We got these speed questions.
Speed questions.
All right. Morning or night?
Night.
Untie your shoe or kick them off?
Kick them off.
Favorite smell? Ooh.
Favorite smell?
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't believe in favorites, so I don't know.
All right. If you're someone else, would you like yourself? I would. I like you.
Yes. I hope so.
How often do you use handwriting?
When I have to write.
Before, by the way.
When I have to write, I use handwriting.
Nice. Favorite element on the periodic table?
Hydrogen?
Most awesome superpower?
X-ray vision.
$1 million. You got to spend it in a week. How are you going to spend it?
$1 million in a week. I'd pay off my parents' house. I don't know. Give it all away. Have a party with my friends.
Best guy in paintball. All right. So if you're gonna live a life and go pro and whatever, we picked like the best guy to interview. I think best person. Everybody loves you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, like that guy loves you over there.
I love him too.
That guy. He doesn't speak English. He loves
best
you.
German I've ever met.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys.
He's got a big gun in his hand.
Guy's painting a gun over here at Nick. It's a really big one. But we're going to go watch the finals here at the PSP World Cup. Once again, thanks a lot to all you Gab-fest viewers. And Nick, thanks a lot. You've been best.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Stay tuned for the next Gab-fest, guys.
Appreciate you fine folks waiting till after the Gabfest episode for me to fill you in on all the shenanigans that have happened since World Cup. The main things that happened since World Cup, Aftershock went to MPPL Vegas. We played an amazing tournament. We won my first pro win, which was probably one of the best feelings in the world, especially sharing that with my teammates. After the fact, about a month or so later, I was informed that 3 of my friends, teammates, were quitting the team and going to play with Infamous. Kind of really took me by surprise. Some crazy beep with that stuff. It bothered me a little bit, it bothered me a lot, but I felt, you know what, I've been on Aftershock for a while, we've gone through this before, we'll fight through it. Some pickups were made on the team, we had some practices, that kind of really shook just how I felt about it, without getting into too much detail. But with that, I made the decision, just to try and do something on my own, just to see what else was out there. I had a team lined up to go play Millennium with, Empire Venice, great group of guys over there. And then, I'd been asked to ref the MPPL, play the CXBL in Canada. So I made the decision to leave Aftershock, one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make. That was, up to this day, it's up there and the hardest thing I've ever had to do. And leaving Eclipse, those guys have been great, Rennick with, BBT and everybody else. And I got a call, I was talking to Randy about committing to him for the CXBL, and we started talking about his team that he had, and next thing you know, I'm in Houston looking at 3 Russians and some nice sunny weather, and the rest is from there is kind of history. So with Houston Heat, yeah, we've got a pretty good looking roster. There's some pretty big names in there that you can't pronounce that are weird, and that's just Sergey, just giving you a hard time. But we had a practice. We practiced for 5 days down in Houston. It worked really well. I never thought of the day would come where I'd be playing with any of the Russian players. I've played against them my entire pro career. They are amazing paintball players. They're great rivals. I respect them a lot. And now the chance to play with them, play with Chad George, who I watched come up in the Philly Americans to play on Impact. Sam Monville, to reunite with him and Chad Boucher, to work with Ryan Dazan, Ryan Smith, and LJ, who performed amazing all year in divisional paintball, and then again in Vegas to help us win that, to win together as a team. It's almost like a dream come true. And then working with Randy, who just, there's no words that can describe how nice of a man he is, with just his wisdom and just utter kindness and just his care for everybody. And then putting that all together, it's going to be a challenge because, hey, we're not a local bunch of guys that can play together every weekend, but the opportunity, the resources, everything's there for us to succeed, and all we have to do is come together as a team, see the vision, and just reach out there and take it. And so it's going to be a good year. It's going to be a bloody year. It's going to be a fight, and that's one thing I really look forward to. I can't wait. So, stay tuned for Gab-fest for more exciting episodes on paintball all across the world, and then the PSP, and hopefully we'll see you guys there.